All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Arachak, Wadash. Double honor to the elder apostles and bishops at the great millstone that rule well. And as always, peace, blessings, and salutations unto the four elect tabernacle of David, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, speaking of the devil, I'm watching this. He posted this up 6 hours ago. He went out to the UK trying to, stalk the Israelites. And he came across some groups, some of them not as furbished in the spirit. They know some precepts. They know who they are. But you could tell that, Vocab, he's a serpent. So he knows prey when he sees it. So he knows what groups to try to roll up on. Now, his overall goal is to sow doubt. And that's basically the role of the wicked one, the devil, when the Lord spoke about the parable of the sower and the seed, where it says, then cometh the wicked one to sow away which was sown in his heart. That's pretty much the role that Vocab actually plays. All right. And you got to have a very, very, very solid foundation. All right. Very solid foundational faith to deal with a demon like him. The way he tries to word questions, to try to, get you to question what you believe. All right. And if the spirit is on you, you're going to answer with conviction. Let me get this real quick. It is 1 Peter 3:15. It says, but sanctify the Lord power in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. All right. So, you got to be apt. You got to be ready, because these devils, they see what's going on. They see what's happening worldwide. So this is kind of like their last chance to try to suppress, what's happening, which, Israel's growing worldwide. And, these devils are, they're nervous. They're running scared. Vocab, he's losing sleep. All right, the breath returning back to his people, and now we're standing on our feet. And it said in Revelation, great fear fell upon them which saw them. So, they're very threatened by, the spirit moving around the world and reviving Israel. So anyway, I was just, watching this, and then he's going to ask them a question that really could be easily answered. All right. And I'm going to play it so y'all can hear it. And then we're going to go into the scriptures.
Say you fulfill the curses of Deuteronomy 28:68.
Yeah. We're the only people on earth that fit the curses in it.
The question I have about that is, does the Bible ever tell Israelites the way they should figure out they're Israelites by telling them to figure out what curses they fit?
Yeah, that says in the Bible, like, saving shit from all bondage in it.
No, I mean, does the Bible ever instruct you? Does it ever say that you got to figure out who you are by curses?
So he's asking them that question, just to see, what they're going to say. And slithering snakes like this, he's intentional with what he's doing. All right. And he expects you to pull up a verse that says, you shall identify as Israelites by the curses, thus saith the, that's what he's asking them. So, you got to understand his nature and the type of mind games that they play. All right. Now, is it just the curse, identifying with the curses? Is that the only way to prove that we're Israelites, or that, you know, that's the only way we can identify. No. But I will go to the law, where it literally tells you about the restoration of Israel and how it would happen. All right. And this is going back to the beginning. Deuteronomy 30 and starting at 1. And it says, and it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse. All right. And, you know, we didn't endure the blessing. You know, we experienced a bit of that under King Solomon, King David, around that time. All right. We also, after the fall of the throne of David, you know, when the nation got split and we ended up going into various captivities, and we were scattered as a people, and never since then have we been as a nation, all 12 tribes, in the Holy Land. That's going according to the curse, Deuteronomy 28, thou shalt be scattered from one end of the earth even to the other. You're going to be scattered among all people, all nations. That's the curse. That's why we're all over the world. And guess what? We're the ones all around the world, wherever we may be. And we're literally reading the blessings and the curses. And all the conditions in those curses happen to fit these people. But I expect you to play dumb because you're of your father, Satan. You're the deaf adder that stop of his ear. So it says here, right in the law, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all nations. Are we not scattered among the nations? You look at the 12 tribe stick, that's various regions. Now, it's based on the Western Hemisphere, but you also got Israelites of those same people groups that are also on the other side of the world, the known world, because a lot of us got sent back during captivity to that side of the world. You had Native Americans, so-called Puerto Ricans, Negroes, all got shipped to back to that side of the world, Europe, parts of Africa. So we're literally among all nations. We're all in Europe. And we're what? We're calling to mind the blessing and the curse. It tells you right here. And reading upon these things is refreshing our memory. We're being brought back to remembrance of who we are. And this is why we suffer in the conditions that we suffer. Now we understand. This is part of the Lord returning his people. All right. So let's look up that word where it says, call them to mind. And the word is shawab. And it means to return. All right. This is basically another word of saying convert. We're being converted back to our heritage through the understanding of these scriptures, reading through the law, through the prophets, and understanding, remembering who we are. All right, looking at the prophecies. How do we end up over here? And now in these last days, we're coming back to remembrance, and you trying to put a stop to that. You want us to doubt. As soon as we get our identity, here come the devil. You don't believe that now, do y'all? But them small hats, what's your explanation for them? You know, where do they fit this? Where are they scattered all around the world, calling to mind the curses, the blessing and the curses? What curses are they going through? It says to turn back, return. It says down here to bring back, to restore, refresh, And yeah, we are our mind is being refreshed. That's how we're identifying who we are, because it was beat out of us. The scripture said in Jeremiah, we always get it, thou shalt discontinue from thine heritage. And we're going to serve our enemies in the land that we would not know. All right. So we believe this wholeheartedly. This is our history. And it doesn't matter what the hell you believe or what you say. Okay? And you still refuse to answer a lot of these questions we've been trying to ask you for years. But you still want to follow us around and ask us questions. No, we done with that, man. It's time for y'all to answer. Why are them small hats over there? Why are they still at war? When the prophecy states that there would be a restoration of peace in the earth once the true children of the Most High return. What's going on over there? Why y'all have a mole parliament? Why y'all got moles in y'all parliament over there? Why y'all have a nude beach? You have Tel Aviv Pink City. So this is pretty much what's happening. All right. It's not just about identifying with the curses. It's the Lord bringing back that mindset. We're remembering our, matter of fact, let me go to that in Baruch now. And this is what, when the scriptures say they will not suffer our bodies to be put in graves, they do not want you alive. They want to keep you dead and look upon you while you're a corpse. All right. And that's what Vocab's job is to keep you spiritually dead, keep you asleep, put you back in those mental shackles of plantation Christianity, man, Renaissance Christianity, Calvinism, which is a different branch of white supremacist theology. But he throws a spin on it and call it urban apologetics to trap you lost Negroes out there. All right, but the jig is up. This is Baruch 2 and verse 30. That says, "But I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves." But it was a point in time when, we lost that sight because we discontinued from our heritage. All right, our enemies they prevailed over us. The beast made war with us and scattered us, conquered us. We ended up speaking their language, and they force fed us Catholicism, Christianity. And here it is, you trying to Jake trying to break free. Like the Lord said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And here this devil trying to put Jake back in back in the yoke. You trying to go worldwide with it, trying to put Jake back on the yoke. You man, you know how many? Let me stop. I can't wait till the kingdom, man. But anyway, it says, "But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves." Remember, I just read that in the law, Deuteronomy 30. Right, our hearts being circumcised, all right, our spirit being cleaned by the word. The Lord opened up this understanding, all right, through the Holy Spirit, the Lord giving us the inspiration, and that's that breath, all right, which is the wisdom. All right, he said, show these slain live, show these bones live. And the Lord poured his breath upon us. Now we alive, we back in effect. He says, "But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves." And you just can't stand to see it. Can't stand it. All right. And hey, it is what it is. All right, the Most High is gonna do what he was at Isaiah 55 He shall accomplish that which he please, and it will prosper into the thing where he sent it. It says, and shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear. And that's how we are able to identify. All right, because the Lord has given us a mind. He opened up our mind and our ear, man, to hear this truth. Okay, and it wasn't going to come from Calvinism. It wasn't going to come from these evangelicals in the Christian church. It wasn't going to come from the damn Pope. Okay, it wasn't going to come from these theological scholars that went to these seminaries. It was going to come by way of the prophets, the servants. The Lord said he will send pastors according to his heart that shall feed our people with knowledge and understanding, wisdom. Okay, so you can't put a stop to that. His prophets are back in their lot, and them speaking his word, that's the wind blowing upon the bones as they coming together. It says, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. All right, and we have the name, the true name, which is dreadful among devils like you, Vocab. Okay, the Lord restored everything back to us. And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. All right, and we acknowledge our sins. That's why we were under these curses. This is why us as a nation has been suffering. But now the Lord is having mercy upon us, and now we're repenting and coming back. Okay. So let me go from there. Let's read verse 2. It says, and thou shalt return unto the Lord thy power, and shalt obey his voice, according to all that command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy power will turn thy captivity, and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy power have scattered thee. And the Lord's getting ready to do so. All right. Right now we're being gathered by the word, this word being preached, this gospel. And, we're forming together, all the tribes coming together. And the Lord's going to come back physically and gather his elect from the four winds of the earth. So, hey, everything is happening on cue, in sync. And you devils are afraid. All right. So let's go to there. Let's go to Hosea. Because it was said for a long time that we're not, you're not the people. You're just Gentiles. You're just, all these proverbs and bywords that we're called by, which is a curse. But now we're acknowledging who we are. All right. Hosea 1:10, it says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people, there should be said unto them, you are the sons of the living power. And guess what? Just because you deny who we are, that don't mean that the world doesn't know the truth. Vladimir Putin, he dropped a bombshell a couple months ago. All you're doing right now is just, you're just kicking against the pricks. You can't do nothing against the truth before it. You can confound some unlearned Israelites, but that doesn't mean that the truth is confounded. And that's what we have. We have the truth. Okay. So yeah, we are the sons of the living power. The world knows that. Putin knows that. That's why he released the Kraken on y'all, and y'all was hurt. You got rabbis that's been coming out over the past years. They've been coming out and telling the truth, spilling the beans. Rabbis admitting to us being the people. So, yeah, man, this dude, he really thinks that he alone is powerful enough to stop the program of the Heavenly Father, and it's silly. All right, all these little arguments, and we done dealt with everything. Talking about the spiritual Israelites, the church is now Israel, replacement theology. Why doesn't that apply to the people in Israel now? Why doesn't that apply to the Zionists? Why do they get to be the real bloodline people? But everybody, when it come to us, nah, y'all just not that. You just got to be a Christian, and then you could be one. Come on, man. We see what the jig is, man. All right. So I'll play just a little more and see what else he's talking about.
I know you think you fit them, but I'm saying, does the Bible ever tell you to go about searching for yourself by way of matching up curses?
This is Isaiah.
Would also say in the law to do a search of your fathers, because they will be the ones to declare the truth. Deuteronomy 32 and 7, and it says, remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations, ask thy father and he will shew thee, thy elders and they will tell thee. Right? And hey, we've had our elders teach us, and their elders taught them. So we know now. It went from generation to generation, which the law even tells us in Deuteronomy 6, thou shalt teach thy children, thy children's children, from generation to generation. What is this guy talking about? Then also Elijah the prophet was supposed to come back and restart the hearts of the children to the fathers and the fathers to the children. Create that highway. That path. So this dude, he doesn't vocab, he really just he's really on some I gotta go out by any means necessary. You know, with every fiber in his body, he's and I give it to him. He's very devoted. But it's just too bad that, you know, all this energy and all this time that he's wasting is for nothing. Because more than you're still a heathen, and it's not looking too good. Let me run this back a little bit.
65 and 13.
You fit them, but I'm saying, does the Bible ever tell you to go about searching for yourself by way of matching up curses?
Yeah, you read the book. You go into the history. You go into the blessing and the curses, so you can remember, call them to mind. This is why we're here. This is why we're going through this. This is why we're cursed in the city. This is why we're the tail and these nations are the head. This is why the nations can come over here and get over us and prosper over us, and we be on the bottom, even though we didn't build this place. All right? It's real simple. Plus, our spirit beareth witness with the spirit that we are the sons of the living power. All right. If we not the people, then we wouldn't be popping out all over the world like we are. You don't see small hats out there in camps prophesying, preaching. You don't see Ezekiel 37 chapter being played out through them. Show me. Because every time you question them, what tribe are they from? It's always from the top two tribes, the southern tribes. They never identify. You never hear them identify with the northern tribes. They never mention Naphtali or Issachar or Asher. None of those tribes. It's always Yahudi or Levi, or they'll say Benjamin. But outside of that, they don't know where everybody else is. But according to the prophecy, it says that Judah and Israel will come together out of the northern country. It also said in the Babylonian captivity that Judah and Israel will oppress together. Judah and Israel was not oppressed together in the Babylonian captivity. The northern kingdom had already split and they were taken captive by the Assyrians. When the Babylonians took us down, we went into captivity to Babylon for a certain amount of years. Then Judah returned back to Jerusalem. We was able to start rebuilding on the temple. The northern tribes as a whole never came back. And it's a lot of history. We get into it. So this dude, he's searching hard. He's searching for a win anywhere he can search it and find it. But it is not looking too good. Because we're only growing stronger and stronger. And Vocab, you easy work. You trying to look for them brothers in London. Man, them brothers would, they spiritually saute you. They'll throw you in a measuring cup and whip you up a little bit, like some eggs. You don't want those problems, man. You can go to these little lesser known camps, younger guys that they just came about, but you don't want to pull up on the brothers. So I'm gonna leave it right there, man. But I just have to do a quick response to that. All right, this dude he's losing. Okay, and ultimately the Lord, he's gonna confound our adversaries, all of them. They all are gonna be confounded. So with that, I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shai. And until the next one, Shalom.